Well, hello and welcome to Always the Wild Ones. If it's your first time here, my name's Vanessa Lee. I am going to be showing you what's been going on in my home lately with the plants. I've got loads of updates, mostly good, but we've also got some bad news, unfortunately. But nothing out of the ordinary, especially when the seasons are changing and I'm busy kind of getting used to this new watering schedule. And good news, guys, I finally got my fertilizer back. Let me show you the one I use. This is the one that my plants absolutely love. So they're going back onto the liquid gold leaf. So I'm actually going to take the camera off the stand and show you around, because I really like to show the plants where they're actually living and what kind of light they're getting. I'm starting this video quite late in the day actually. I decided to pop out, needed to do some cleaning, and I think now it's about 2 p.m, 3 p.m, who knows. So the light obviously is slowly dwindling. Yeah, so let's go and have a look at some of these babies. So I thought I'd start on this side of the room. And oh my gosh, there's just so much to look at right now. I mean, this is almost a bit of a mini tour, really. Okay, let's start with these guys down here. So the Clarinerviums are actually doing really well. This dude that I propagated or separated, this guy that I separated from the main plant is still in sphagnum moss, but it seems to be doing really well. You can see lots of roots there. I will eventually obviously have to put this into something else, probably tree fern fibre. This is my giveaway plant, doing absolutely amazing things. As you can see, her new leaf is undamaged and just perfect. I don't see anything else happening down there, but I'm just really pleased that I'm kind of keeping on top with the watering. And I mean, this leaf did not grow in my care, this one did. So very pleased with that. And these two grew here, so they're looking fabulous. The Anthurium Clarinervium in the back, whoa, that was a bit of a mouthful. The leaves that have the kind of crispiness did not grow here. In fact, none of these leaves grew here, just this one. And yeah, she definitely wants to rise above the rest. I've got a hardcore fluorescent, quite a sticky one right here, and I have saved some of the pollen, but I don't know if I really want to have loads of Clarinerviums. I've been saving the pollen from quite a few of my Anthuriums, so maybe I will test one of the others out before I get to this box, which is actually quite sad. Let's go up to my Anthurium Veitchii. If you haven't seen the video before this one, which was my 7 favourite plants of the month, the Veitchii is there on the top 7 of the month, and you can see why, with this finally a brand new leaf, which took almost a year. Had to wait almost a year for it, but I'm so happy. It's not getting a lot of light. I mean, I think you can kind of tell that the lighting is very medium. And I do plan on actually replacing these 2 lights here, and I just want to get one long strip. Yeah, so I will definitely be doing a DIY day pretty soon when I get some time off. Next plant that I'm so proud of. Sorry about that, bad camera work. Yeah, the next plant I want to talk about is this guy, my Crystallinum Super Silver, another Anthurium. And as you can see, there's a new leaf coming. I'm so happy. It's quite dinky, but it's coming. And we've got a fluorescent as well. And yeah, the newest leaf is still looking a little bit kind of folded. And I am wondering if this plant actually has spider mite. Yeah, I think it does actually, look at that. Oh no, poor baby, you've been suffering and I haven't noticed. Well, I did notice, I've actually been using like sticky tape, and if I saw anything like white on there or anything on there, I would just kind of like get some sticky tape and just take it off. But I think we might have to go a little bit more hardcore, which is quite difficult when the leaves are velvety like that. They tend to get damaged, so it's very sad, but we do have a new leaf on the way. Probably should treat this one actually before that leaf pops out, just in case it's busy being attacked right now. Oh no, I really hope that that's not happening. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it. Don't really see anything on there. But proud mama moment, and I must say the Anthuriums seem to be really loving the temperature change. You know, the fact that we're going from summer into autumn now. Next, I think I'll stick with the Anthuriums. Next is my Lux, which I'm always talking about. That new leaf is everything. I'm in love with this plant. Also was in my top 7 favourites, and pretty much has been since I bought it, I think. And look, we've got a new leaf. Oh, it's so close to popping out. And it's so weird actually, because this plant, I would say that the leaves don't come very often. It's almost what most of the Anthuriums are slow growers, but when they do bring out a leaf, it tends to be quite a showstopper. And for that reason, I love them. I did go through a whole kind of philodendron time, but once you realise how quickly they grow. Anyway, stop waffling on. So yeah, we've got a new leaf on the way. Get my hand back here. Look, oh, you can see it's definitely a leaf. And then this one here is an inflorescent. And then I think I spotted, yeah, we've got another inflorescent. Come on, there we go. Yeah, another one right there. So yeah, good things. We're gonna get another new leaf, guys. I did upsize its pot, and I guess that's the reason why it's kind of like, right, let's produce some more leaves. Hopefully we can get maybe 3 or 4 leaves in that pot. But I mean, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. I'm quite happy with maybe just 3 massive leaves. Oh, I'm very excited to see how big the next one's gonna be. Yeah. It's a cutie. It's a really cute one. Look at those ears. It's just so cute and reptilian. It's kind of, I guess it's a little creepy. I think some people find this plant a little creepy, but I absolutely adore it. It's just pure jungle vibes. You know, like in the jungle, you would imagine that you would find things that just look out of this world. And that's most certainly the Anthurium Lux. This is the dark form. And yeah, can't talk enough about this plant. Let's go on to the next one, otherwise this video is gonna be too long. Next is my Anthurium Warwickwianarium. Although that leaf looks shockingly like, I don't know, it looks like I've been overwatering it, to be honest. This one recently I put into tree fern fibre. It's definitely loving it. It's actually only been in the tree fern fibre for, I would say, about 2 weeks. And the reason why I know it's loving it is because it's finally producing me another new leaf. And I can't believe it. I'm so chuffed. Because when I was repotting this plant, I was like, oh my gosh, I've only got 1 leaf. So if it really hates this substrate, like, I could end up losing the plant. But what a relief. No, tree fern fibre, can definitely give a very honest review now, is definitely the way forward when you have kind of slightly fussier plants, let's say. But yeah, you just get like such a great result. Like the growth is just amazing. I must say, with this Anthurium Warwickwianarium, the queen, She's a fuss pot. She's very difficult. And my particular one, this one, I've actually got two. This one, it has like a tendency of getting this weird spotty. Let me see if I can show you on the back of the leaf. But you can see it's already getting ready to get kind of these weird spotty yellow. Can you see that? And then generally what happens is the new one comes out looking all fresh and lovely. What is that white spot? Is that a mealybug? Oh no, it's a hole. Yeah, they tend to get, like, the new leaf will come out looking fabulous, and then this one, unfortunately, will look all, it will just go all spotty and like, it will look like it's got measles. When I bought the plant, it had 3 leaves, and it actually had 4 leaves. The 4th leaf, the eldest leaf, had like this yellow spottiness, and I chopped it off. And then that kind of spottiness just jumped to the next leaf. And it just always seems that at least one of the leaf has to go through this awful torture. But yeah, that's that plant. Moving on, we're actually going to go back down again. I moved my Pallidiforum here. She's kind of almost hiding behind the lux, but I'm quite happy with the kind of lighting it's getting. And as you can see, there's another new leaf. It's only just popped out. It's only just popped out, this one. As you can see, it's all fresh and new. And then we got this one, which looks kind of curly. Can you see? See how curly it looks? Fabulous. I don't know what's going to happen there. I hope it doesn't look curly when it comes out. It's definitely not an inflorescent. I'm sure I've had an inflorescent on my Pallidiforum. Actually, let me just spin this guy out of the way a little bit. There we go. Yeah, and hopefully she will spit out some more leaves and start looking a little bit fuller. At the moment, we've only got, well, that leaf looks like it's going to kick the bucket, the one at the back. So really, we've only got about 5 leaves, have we? 5. And then the new one's 6. 7 would be fabulous. We shall see. But yeah. Also, did I put this one in tree fern fibre? I don't think I have, actually. So I might change this one's substrate at some stage. And I also do want to like top up the sphagnum moss, because let me just show you the top of the plant. You can see it's not actually touching the sphagnum moss. Can you see that? And I would really want to kind of instigate some new roots so that if I need to propagate, I can do that. But yeah, really love this plant. I have been finding it a little difficult. Actually, what am I saying? No, did I repot this plant? No, sorry, I haven't. But after watching Claire at Jungle Haven, I don't know if you do follow her, but if you don't, go check out her videos. They're really cool. I love watching her. I love chilling out and doing my repotting and stuff alongside her videos. And she has one out on just the Anthurium Pallidiforum. I think that's right. And just goes through like the kind of soil and everything. And although this plant is in a chunky aeroid mix, I don't think there's any tree fern fibre in there. So yeah, I probably will have to repot that one. But for now, while it's going through this process of pushing out the new leaf, let me show you again. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I must be careful not to shout because I'm right next to the microphone. But yeah, I'm really excited about this plant. I just love it. It's so strappy. And I mean, these can get really long. So, I mean, they're like little baby length at the moment, but can you imagine if they're like double that length? Oh, yeah. So I really want to like kind of I really want to like learn how to grow this plant to its best potential. And I think I'm slowly getting there, although, you know, I have been a little distracted with some of the other plants. And that is why I probably will eventually do another little declutter purge of plants at some stage, but I will let you guys know. Let's put you back. There we go. Next. Can you believe that there's more new leaves? So this is my Anthurium forgetii, the teardrop one. And as you can see, the leaves are sizing up. And we do have a new one growing in the back there. I'm hoping that's a leaf and not an inflorescent, but time will tell. I did actually end up having to chop off 2 leaves from this plant. I do believe it had spider mite, and yeah, it just destroyed the plant. So keeping up on the pest preventative on this particular plant, but I think I will eventually have to do the full room. And yeah, that's that little guy. Actually, should I try and drag it out a bit? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. You can have a proper look at it now. But yeah, you can kind of see, like this leaf, you can see that was the beginnings of the spider mite, and the plant is very unforgiving because it's a velvet leaf. This is the forgetii dark form, and I was given this as a gift actually from a new friend that I made at the Rare Plant Festival. And yeah, she's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to the leaves sizing up. As you can see, it's in pon, although most of them are in like an aeroid mix with tree fern fibre. This is probably, I've got one other plant, which is the veitchii, that's in pon. So I might also change this one into tree fern fibre. Maybe just put all of them into tree fern fibre. But because it's now quite a mature plant. I do find that the pon is great for when you're first trying to instigate roots, like new roots and stuff, but I think once it kind of gets past that baby stage. Are you going to go back in again? Yeah, I just find that once it gets past the baby stage and they become more of an adult plant, yeah, I think that it's better to put them back into soil. And I've also been speaking to my subscribers about doing that with my Hoyas. We will be moving on to the Hoyas pretty soon. The Weatii hasn't actually pushed out any new blooms just yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that will happen any day soon. But she's still got all her pedungles, lots of pedungles. Yeah, they're just kind of everywhere. So when she blooms, she looks fabulous. Oh yeah, it's this one. Oh, this one also. So this is my Anthurium pink edge. And this one's also, can you see? Also has a new leaf. Yeah, the Anthuriums are loving autumn. They're like really telling me, are we just loving life right now? So yay. Next is my Hoya linearis, and she has just started blooming. I haven't actually smelt that lemony smell yet, so yeah, they haven't opened just yet, but they're getting there. I can't wait to walk into this room and find it smelling of lemon. But check out the flowers before they've actually opened. They're adorable. They're like little stars, like little candy stars, hey? I love that about Hoyas, how the blooms are just like little bits of candy. But yeah, she's just full of them. They're absolutely everywhere. At different stages as well. And yeah, she's got quite a length to her now. And it did take some time, but I think once, if you buy this plant and it's quite juvenile, once it gets past that first year, just give it highlight, and yeah, it'll bloom for you, definitely. But this one definitely does love the lower temperatures. So again, another plant that's just really loving autumn. Next is, shall we stick to Hoyas? Actually, no, let's just do this one quickly. So Monstera Albo has grown into a beast. When I first got this plant, this leaf was just unfurling. Can you see? And that was at the beginning of this year, like maybe February. And then look what grew in my home. Look at all those leaves. That's just nuts. That's like almost a leaf a month. The newest leaf is looking fabulous. And like, it's clearly getting a lot of light, because you can tell when the leaves are really close, like the nodes in between each leaf. Let's see if I can get in there. They're like really close. It's really hard to show, but you can see from the top that these leaves are like really clustered together. And like if the plant receives lower light, then there'll be kind of more space in between each leaf. But yeah, happy with my gorgeous Monstera Albo. It's just crazy how much it's grown, and hasn't got much further in my home to grow. So we will have to chop this plant at some stage. Moving on to, so I did some cuttings recently of my Hoya Australis Lisa. I put half of the plant into water, and that was about, I would say, a month ago now. And you can quite clearly see there's lots of roots in there. Hang on. There we go. Lots of roots in there. I'm a little worried that I'm going to struggle to get this out of here. And you can also see that it's grown. New stems, new little leaves are happening. Lots going on in this pot. So yeah, I need to repot this baby very, very soon. This is just all of the darker parts of the plant. I've got another section from that cutting, from that day of cuttings from the Australis Lisa, and that I put in pon, because I just wanted to see the difference between growing it in propagating in water or in pon. So yeah, I've got another little cutting here, which is also rooting quite nicely. Finally, took a while, but now it started. It just, yeah, it's just kicking off. And we get to keep that peduncle, which looks like a Q-tip. But yeah, so cute. So cute. So this will go back with the rest of the plant. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Hoyas. I'm going to have to just try and drag this box out. I need both hands. Hang on. Chaos. Okay, so in here I've got a load of Hoyas that, yeah, they've been struggling. Some of them have just been kind of getting quite wrinkly. We can see a lot of dead leaves in here. Let me see if the wrinkles have gone. Okay, the wrinkles are slowly going. So this one is my Hoya Nuna Pink, and am I sealing mealybug, or is that just a bit of tissue? Is that a bit of tissue? Oh, it's just a bit of tissue. Is it? Yeah, I'll probably just go in and spray everything in this box again. But yeah, she's looking fine. She's looking less wrinkly, which is great. The yellowing leaves have kind of subsided. Was really struggling with this plant. I did take some cuttings from this plant before. I can see some wrinkling there though, right there. I know, I was really hoping, and look at all the dead leaves in the bottom. But these are all the ones that just kept getting mealybug, and I basically just disinfected the box. I sprayed all the plants down and I just plonked them in this box, and I was just like, look, you guys are being unsociable, so you can't hang out with everybody else anymore until I kind of get to take care of them. This one is looking a bit musty. Can you see? There's a lot of fungus on there. That's not good. That does not look good. Can you see? Loads of fungus. Okay, we're not liking that. This one is my Crassy petiolata, the splashy one. I think they call it I think this is the variegated one, but yeah, it's got that spotty thing on the back of the leaves. Someone did say that that might be mites, so another good reason that these guys are in here. This one also was showing kind of a bit of spottiness. This one, I can never remember the name of this one. I'll have to put the name up. I mean, she's a cutie, but very slow. Could be a reason why she's growing so slowly. Could be because she's got mites. This one is Breviolata. We can see like a yellow leaf right here. Oh no. Yeah, so this is, I took cuttings from this plant also. Yeah, it's not looking too happy. This one, or is this one a Breviolata actually? I might have confused those. Yeah, it's another one that's just kept getting mealybug. I can't see any mealybug on it at the moment, which is good. Oh, my cutting just came out of the bar. Just put that back in there. So yeah, I've got some cuttings in here. These cuttings had like, I know I was a bit suspicious about these cuttings, so I put them in here. I do have some more that didn't have any signs of like spotting or mealybug or anything, and those are somewhere else. They're in the kitchen. Love this little one. Can't say it. I can spell it for you, but I don't know how to say it. But she's the variegated and she's gorgeous. She's actually looking a lot happier now, which is good. But yeah, old Musty over here is looking, this is the Crohaniana, the dark one. Oh, it's really not looking good. It's super, yeah, I'm just gonna slap the lid on for now. I'll tackle this later. But yeah, something's not quite right with that dude. I've got to say it, not my favourite Hoya in the world. I have seen this several times, this plant, and it always looks a bit wrinkly and dusty, and yeah, I was hoping I'd be able to get it to look kind of slightly more attractive, but it's not gonna happen, is it? I'm just gonna wash my hands actually, because that was kind of gross. So I've actually just turned one of the lights off because when you put it on, there's like a bit of a weird flashing. I can't actually see that, but you can just see it on film. Anyway, my Monstera Thai constellation finally gave me a new leaf as well. And this is after putting it onto its own pole. It's actually a soil pole, my very first soil pole. And I also squeezed it back into a smaller pot because Monsteras do tend to like being snug in their pots. And I was rewarded with this leaf. Look how big it is. It's still hardening off, as you can see. We've got double fenestration. I'm so proud because I wasn't sure if I was giving this plant enough light. It's literally just getting some morning light, quite like kind of direct, I couldn't find the right word. Yeah, it's getting really direct sunlight in the morning, and then it does get like a little spot in the afternoon as well, but nothing too harsh. And yeah, I'm guessing that's enough for this plant. It's really, really happy. Anyway, this is the last one that I'm going to show you like this. I'm actually going to just drag some over to the table with me so I can talk about them there. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. Sit down for a bit. So I've selected some more plants. This is the cuttings from the Australis Lisa, and as you can see, squeaky chair. As you can see, there's lots of roots in there. So it's definitely ready. I've purposely not watered this plant because I was really hoping to do a repotting today. But this video is already quite long, so I don't know if I'm going to do that now because I still have so much more to show you. Yeah, so let's just keep moving on really. So yeah, this plant will eventually be repotted with the other part of the plant. Let me just go and get it actually so you can see them together. So yeah, so can you imagine, once I put them together, it's going to be a really full pot. And yeah, I'll just kind of like, you know, mix them together. Maybe I'll sell some parts of this plant. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a really big, lush pot. And this plant just grows so quickly. It grows like crazy. I actually bought 2 new plants from the store that I work at. And yeah, let me show you them. So I think this one's called, this is the Pilea. Look how dinky she is. I bought her for the colour of the leaves. I just think it's just so stunning. And you can actually see inside there are like lots of little puppy ones growing also. There's another little baby one right there. She's very cute. She's very delicate. There's also like a kind of fluffiness to the leaves. And apparently Pileas, I mean I've had a Pilea peperomioid, you know, the ones with the circular leaves. I no longer have that plant. It's just its growth pattern, like I love the plant. It's just that it's the kind of plant that needs to be constantly rotated, or it needs to be in a spot where it can be viewed from all the way around, like 360. And most of my plants I like just kind of facing forward. But those are the kind of plants that I get for my home, because with such little space that just works for me. But yeah, I just think she's so adorable. I did repot this plant. It was in the tiniest of pots. It was in like a little 4 centimetre pot. It's in a chunky aeroid mix now. I did add a little more cocoa coir than usual, and it has like a reservoir of leckables at the bottom, which you can see is completely empty, but there's lots of holes in the pot as well. So if I do overwater it, then the water will just come out. So, you know, it's fine in here. It's the kind of plant that definitely likes to stay fairly moist, or that's my experience so far with this plant. I've only had it about 2 weeks. No, probably about a week to be honest. Yeah, I just saw it and I liked it. It was very affordable. And yeah, just like a little baby Pilea. Look at the colours on this thing. And even the back of the leaf is just, oh, it's just autumn vibes. It's really got autumny vibes. I'm very happy with my new purchase. I think she's stinky and small. I'm not sure how it's going to grow. I haven't a clue of how it's going to grow actually, if it's going to just get taller or I don't know. It's going to be a surprise. And then I bought another Pilea. This one is called Moonshine. I'll put its the Latin name up as well. But look at this fluffy bit. How cute is that? Again, throwing out autumn vibes for me. Got that kind of burgundy in the center of the leaf. Look at the texture of this leaf. It's really unusual. I'll try and zoom in so that you can really have a good look at it. But I'm very impressed with this plant. There's the back of the leaf. So pretty. And you can see in there's like lots of little puppies as well. Again, what is that? Oh, it's just a new leaf coming. Again, it's in like a no drainage pot, but I have put a reservoir of leckables at the bottom there. Again, it's in like a chunky aeroid mix, but with a lot more cocoa coir than usual. And I can see it's as dry as a bone actually. So I probably should just give that water. I'm so happy that I got this fertilizer back, because the plants they perform so nicely with it. And after testing out a new fertilizer and seeing how the plants reacted to that, yeah, they love this stuff. They love it. They really do. Just give it a little bit more water and then we should move on. I've actually got so much more to tell you. There's a lot more that I need to tell you, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it all in this one video. Let's get, oh no, this one I think is fairly moist. Okay, we'll leave you alone. Okay, so this is very exciting. Oh, actually, before I do that one, let's just finish off the Hoyas. So like I showed you this part of the Hoya, this, I didn't actually say its name. It's a Hoya Crahaniana Super Silver Splash. So yeah, I recently had some traumatic experience with my Hoya where I almost lost the whole plant, but I did manage to take some cuttings of this plant. The plant itself was absolutely gorgeous and it was just full of peduncles, and it would bloom again and again and again. It was stunning. And then I decided to just, I think it was the fertilizer. I do feel that it really hated that new fertilizer. And I did like a couple of crazy things as well to the plant that I don't think that helped. But anyway, I'm going to show you the other parts of the plant. So these have got clips on the back because they would normally go on the pin board, and I'll probably just slap in like a quick little shot of that just in case, because I didn't really talk about it earlier. But yeah, all the plants there kept getting mealybugs, so I took them all off, and most of them are on this side of the room, and then the sickly ones are in that propagation bin that I just showed you. But yeah, this is two other parts of the plant that I managed to save. Again, they're both still quite dry. Actually, no, I can see moisture inside this one. Can you see that condensation in there? So the plant is moist, and I can also tell by the weight of the plant that it doesn't need water. So these two, I hope I can show you the roots. Yeah, you can see the roots. You can see that there's roots there. Yeah, no, they rooted very quickly. So I put them into pond without any roots. I just used some great white, which is like a root hormone. Really pleased. Did you see the peduncles? So we've got 3 peduncles there and 1 peduncle here. So that's 4 peduncles, and then I've got this little dude, 5 peduncles. So maybe we'll get a really little plant to bloom. Who knows? We'll see. But I do want to put all of this together in one space. Which one was, yeah, this one went there. Yeah, so it will, I mean, it's not the plant it was, obviously, but I'm really pleased that I managed to save some. I'm so happy, and I'm so happy that we've got peduncles as well. Like, this for me is, although I've lost a really big plant, I'm really pleased that I still have parts of the plant and peduncles. It's just like, that's quite unusual. I'm very surprised that the peduncles held on and didn't croak it or kick the bucket. So let me just put these out of the way. Ooh. Oh my gosh. So we've actually got quite a bit more to go through, but I'm just going to do the Monstera Albo cuttings, and I think then, I think that'll be it for today. Although I do have other propagations. I still got the hallway and the bedroom. Yeah, but we're going to do that on another video. So I have kind of moved a lot of things around, and I think what I'll do for my next video is restyling, and I also want to do a bit of DIY with you guys. Got a lot of things that I need to fix. I want to put new shelves in different places and all of that stuff. So we'll do that together. So I'll save the hallway and the bedroom for another day. But I don't even know which one I want to show you first. I think I'm going to show you the best one last. Let's have a look at this box. So yeah, I cut up my Monstera Albo. Where's the bottom of the plant? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there it is. So this is actually the bottom of my Monstera Albo, not the one that I showed you earlier. I actually bought another one for my birthday 2 years ago, and it grew so slowly. Like, I think I probably got maybe 2 leaves, 3. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Anyway, so I chopped the whole plant up. This is the bottom leaf. Nothing's actually happening. Let me just take this sticky tag out because that's quite ugly. Take it out for a moment. Yeah, nothing's actually happening. Nothing is activated in the bottom there. Not that I can see. I mean, we've got great roots. It could be that I put the plant in, like I kept a lot of the roots, and maybe I should have just rerouted it. But yeah, I'm just not seeing anything active at all. So that's the bottom one. Very disappointing, of course. But hey, I know, maybe in time something will happen. I think the next one probably would have been, well, I don't know if this is in any particular order, but this one has just, ooh, that's wet. So this leaf, as you can see, has got its fenestration. The one that I just showed you only had like a kind of one fenestration, like just from juvenile leaf. Can you see that slit? Yeah, so you can tell that, you know, it's now maturing up because it got that slit. I'm guessing that this probably was the next leaf, or it may or may not be. It feels a bit sandy again. This one might have spider mite. But we finally got a new leaf right there. It's still busy unfurling. Once this has unfurled, once this leaf has unfurled, then I'll chop this one off. In fact, I might go ahead and chop it off now because it doesn't really need it anymore. I'll take this off. Yeah, and then I can get it back in the box. The one before is in the soil mix because it was the bottom cut. This one, oh my God, the roots. Look at the roots on that. Can you see that? There's a lot of roots in there. So it's just in sphagnum moss, which actually feels quite dry. But I can see a lot of condensation in there also. So it's definitely not dying of thirst. It definitely doesn't look thirsty. But I do feel that I'm going to chop this leaf off. And I think I want to see if I can just snap it off. No, I need scissors. Scissors. Mustn't do that. I was going to use my kitchen scissors. That's naughty. Yeah, I'm just going to cut this off because it's going to eventually croak it anyway, and all the next leaves are going to be juvenile like that. Next. Oh my gosh, I've got quite a few little babies. Another one in sphagnum moss. This one's actually quite moist. So yeah, that one's really cute. Look, it's almost a half moon. How adorable is that? So cute. I don't know what this one's going to be like. Let's see if we can kind of... Shouldn't do this really. Oh, she's got some nice white variegation. Oh, I can't. I don't know how to show you without destroyed it. I'm not going to do that. We'll just have to wait. Oh, is there another one coming? Oh my God, guys, look. There's actually another leaf on its back coming. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, that's great news. I've got another one. Oh, this one's all in soil. This one I think actually I cut at a different time from this plant. We've got two little leaves going. I think this might actually be the bottom cut. It might be, I don't know, I'm so confused right now. This was its first leaf. Can you see it? How tiny it is. It's so crazy, so little. And then that was the next one, which is Adorables. She's quite slender. And then this one, which has got some really nice white splashies on there. This one's also just so pretty. Take it out of the light a little bit. Very moist, but not saying anything bad, but you know, it seems to be quite happy. Another one that I put into soil, so I'm guessing that they were in sphagnum moss at one stage. I'll have to re-watch my past video. This one, actually, yeah, so these guys are all from when I cut the plant. I've got another plant, another little cutting here. This one, which has only just popped out. Let me show you. I mean, it's still busy kind of unfurling and becoming something. And then this was actually, I cut this off the plant possibly about 6 months before. So that's why there's a lot more going on. And it's in a chunky aeroid, very chunky aeroid mix. Can you see how chunky that is? But we've got lots of roots. So I'm very happy with that. And although they're all in no drainage, they do have some leckables at the bottom so that I can put, when I do water the plant, I don't tend to try and fill the reservoir, which is this area. So the leckables are just holding the soil above the water. But if I do tend to, like if the water does go down there, at least then the soil isn't kind of sat in water. So it kind of works out. This one is not looking its happiest. Some of the leaves are looking a little funky, and there is this kind of weird, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's kind of like a weird, it's almost areas that are transparent, so that might have had a pest at some stage. Last one, actually not the last one. This is another cutting, that completely different plant. I actually found, yeah, I found, well, I didn't find it. I dug a leaf out of the dustbin from work where we'd had to cut a plant. We had to cut one of the leaves off of a plant that we had that was struggling with spider mite, and the leaf was, you know, it was crawling. It was, you know, it wasn't good. But I took the leaf home and I put that leaf with its node into water. Eventually the leaf fell off, it went yellow, and then this was produced. So I've got 2 leaves. It's going to be a slow grower, I can tell already, because it's been like this for about a year. But finally I'm seeing something happening here, some sort of activation there. Can you see that kind of bump there? So I think we're going to get a new leaf any day now, and I'm very excited to see what that's going to be like. Yeah, I might clean that box out. Take that out. Might have to give it like a bit of a deep clean in there, but for now I'll just plonk them all back in. Oh my goodness, I have all these babies. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, let's plonk you all in. This one is probably my favourite so far, look, with the little half moon, almost. Oh, she is very moist. but it looks really happy. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of roots, so yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of roots in there, but we're looking at a very healthy leaf, so fingers crossed everything's okay. Don't really want to disturb it to have a look at the roots, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. The last one I want to show you is the top cut, and the top cut is very, very exciting. I'm really excited about this. Here it is. So this is the only one that's in lacquer, and as you can see, we've got lots of lovely roots going on. I don't know if you can see that. Not loads actually, not as many as you would imagine. And then these leaves are the ones that were on the top. This is the first time I've grown a plant in pure lacquer, so I really, it's all trial and error for me. Definitely seeing a lot of issues with the watering, with this browning, which is such a pity because that was such a really pretty leaf. And then you can see here it's showing signs of overwatering and underwatering, and it's just a little confused. And we've got another dry tip here, even though it's been sat in water, which is very weird. But anyway, we do have a new leaf. Can you see? Right there. Ah! I'm so happy, and it looks like it's going to have a lot of white. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I do think that what I'm going to do is just lift it up a little higher so that the roots aren't in the bottom, with the lacquer in the bottom. And then just add more lacquer balls and just kind of pull it up towards the top a little bit more. But I'm going to wait for that new leaf to pop out. I don't want to disturb it, obviously, whilst it's doing that. But yeah, I'm so excited. We've got a new leaf. It's very patient. When did I do this? I'll have to put the time frame up, how long ago it was when I cut this plant up and how long it took before finally getting some leaves. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this new leaf is going to be like. I've got a feeling that it might be a bit juvenile, but we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a decent size. You can see like the length of it is fairly long. Maybe it'll look, I know, maybe it will look something like this with just the one slit in it. I don't know. I do not know, but I'm very excited. It's like Christmas. I can't wait to see what happens. I'll be looking every day, of course, to see if the leaf is getting any bigger. And yeah, that's the last plant, guys. I hope that you enjoyed all the updates. Of course, I do actually have other plants that I want to show you, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a rearrange, and I definitely want to do a purge, another purge. There are just some plants in my collection that, although I love them, I'm probably not very good for them. They probably would be happier in someone else's home. And I've tried several times with these particular plants, and yeah, I don't know, they don't like me, or I don't know. I kind of do know. I mean, some of them are like, the first year types, and I am an underwaterer. Like, I'm aware that those are my habits, and because I'm aware of that, as I've kind of learned more about plants and kind of being with you guys in the community, giving me your tips and tricks and telling me about your plants and your experiences, the more I kind of I've taken that on board, the more I've kind of realized, yeah, those plants aren't for my kind of lifestyle. And that's really important when you buy a plant. It's important that you think about your lifestyle and whether you can cope with a lot of watering, or you know, if you travel a lot, or if you have a lot of plants. Sometimes it's important to think about that as well. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Do give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, go ahead and do that. I will see you here again very soon. For those of you that have been with me for a while, don't forget I've actually moved the videos now from Sunday to Saturday. The next one will probably be coming out a little earlier on Saturday, just so that you've got more time to, like, on your day off, to sit and watch it. Let me know how you feel about that. I mean, you know, I think the earlier that I let out the videos, the more time you guys get to watch it. So I think it's been working quite nicely, posting the videos on Saturdays instead of Sundays. But until then, have a fabulous week, and I will see you here again very, very soon. All right, bye.